Now on SBU-TV, a local establishment could soon be yours. The Burton is for sale. Plus, the Olean Police Department is in the process of acquiring body cams. The Chief of Police says it will help serve as evidence. And a new bill would make members of the clergy mandated reporters of sexual misconduct. These stories and more next on SBU-TV. The damages are estimated at $25,000. Thursday, a fire was reported on SBU's campus at the Balsario and Sarah Townhouse apartments. We talked with the head of safety and security, Gary Segru. He said the fire started after an apartment resident went to the bathroom and left an unattended pot cooking on the stove. There were no injuries reported. The townhouse will need new appliances, cabinets, and a massive cleanup. Good morning and thanks for joining us. I'm Megan Burke.
Good morning, I'm Amanda Oliver. After 43 years, the Collins family decided to sell the Burton's Hotel. SBU-TV Teddy Caputo spoke to them about their decision.
Patsy Collins bought the Burton in 1975. After 38 years, he handed the business down to his two children, Chuck and Chrisanne. Now, 5 years later, they've decided to sell the bar to take care of their own personal matters. I'm standing right outside of the Burton Bar, just a few minutes from St. Bonaventure University's campus. The bar has had numerous owners since 1939, but no one has owned the bar as long as the Collins family. Their dedication to serving the community has made this place one of the biggest staples in town. I went inside to find out the impact the Burton has had on the community over the years.
If you go to our Facebook page and see the comments, it's just overwhelming. I mean, all the people that care about us like we cared about them. Whoever buys it is buying it for the Burton name, for the Burton burger, and they want to carry on the tradition. People don't want to see us go.
I enjoy meeting new people all the time, and every year is different. They're all a great bunch of students, and I'm going to miss it.
There's so many memories in here, whether it be you graduated last year or 3 years ago or 30 years ago.
The Collinses are family to me, and anybody who comes in, they treat us family as well. The Burton is an icon in this town. To see it change would be very difficult.
We love Chrisanne's burgers. We always come and she's the best cook. That's probably like the biggest thing that is hard to mimic.
I came here every single Thursday for the last 4 years and missed the $35 burgers by day, so I missed the Thursday.
The Burton Burger won Best Burger in upstate New York in 2016.
I'm not gassing, this is definitely one of the best burgers I've ever had, for real.
I'm Teddy Caputo, SBU-TV, New Now Next.
This morning we received word that a few Bonaventure alumni have shown interest in buying the Burton. A student close to the situation tells SBU-TV they plan to make an offer in the upcoming weeks.
Assemblywoman Monica P. Wallace of Cheektowaga introduced a new bill in New York requiring all clergy members to become mandated reporters. Madeline Edwards spoke to people in the Bonaventure community to get their take.
In the past, clergy members have been exempt from reporting sexual abuse due to their spiritual position. Assemblywoman Wallace has introduced a new bill called the CARE Act that would require all clergy members to report any known information regarding sexual abuse. This raises an issue within the Catholic faith because of the sacrament of reconciliation, more commonly known as confession. It is a belief in the Catholic faith that what is said in the confessional remains between you, God, and the priest. If this bill gets passed, this could raise an issue with this tradition.
With this new bill introduced, it would affect all clergy members, including the friars at St. Bonaventure University.
I spoke to Father Francis Despino to hear what he thinks about the possibility of this new law.
I have some reservations about it because the sacrament of reconciliation is really, it's an opportunity for someone to really come and to speak freely.
He continued to say even if the bill becomes a law, the sacrament of reconciliation would remain private, in his opinion. I also spoke to Catholic Kaylin Foodie, who considers herself a churchgoer, to see how she felt about the bill.
I feel it's a good thing because then if they see or hear something or they, notice that someone needs help, they're able to intervene in a way that they weren't before.
I also talked to Saloni Chada, who isn't Catholic, and she had a different view.
Because I think reporting sexual abuse is super important to the mental health and just health and well-being of the victim.
Madeline Edwards, SBU-TV, New Now Next.
According to the press release, the CARE Act would hold all mandated reporters responsible if they don't report knowledge of sexual abuse.
Olean Police need your help in finding a man charged with making meth. 28-year-old Tyler Harding has been charged on the run since September when the police found meth-making ingredients in North Street apartment. A month ago, police searched the home a second time and found a 24-year-old Courtney Ginnery living there with her 3 children. Ginnery is in custody, waiting arrangement. If you have any information regarding the whereabouts of Harding, you ask to call the police, Olean Police.
Olean Police could soon be wearing body cameras. Jocelyn Person spoke with the Olean Police Chief about the benefits of body cameras.
You may have seen viral videos from body cameras on the internet that document interactions with suspects and police. Now, the Olean Police Department may have body cameras coming their way. Chief Jeff Raleigh speaks on the possible benefits of body cameras for the Olean Police.
Somebody makes a spontaneous admission at the scene of a crime. You can use it to take photographs of evidence at crime scenes. They're a great tool to have for us.
Body cams like this one right here would help the Olean police officers document their interactions with the public. Mayor Bill Aleo explains how the body cams would be an advancement to the Olean Police.
You know, a lot of people, they I guess a term they use, they get right up into our officers' face. If they're being recorded, sometimes it changes the way they act. It's also going to keep our officers to act professionally.
There's a certain percentage of people out there that want to dislike the police for whatever reason, probably various reasons depending on who they are, and I think this will eliminate or alleviate some of those concerns.
Jocelyn Person, SBU-TV, New Now Next.
Chief Jeff Raleigh is waiting for the Common Council's approval for the funds on the body cams. If approved, the purchase would be made sometime after June 1st.
After a 5-year investigation, a Jamestown man, 35-year-old Tyler Perez, is charged with the murder of a 16-month-old Nyla Hoddett. The Jamestown man was charged with second-degree murder and first-degree manslaughter. Evidence showed Hoddett being beaten to death, and the case was opened due to Perez maintaining his innocence and for more solid evidence and a witness to come forward. Coming up, a Bonaventure grad inducted into the National Teacher Hall of Fame.
Plus, changes coming to the Olean Mall. Stay with us.
Look at you. You're at the top of your game. You're unstoppable. Nothing can throw you off track. Wait, is that your car? Uh-oh. Yeah, I saw that coming. That will throw you off track. You're looking at around 10 grand in fines, legal fees, and increased insurance rates. Let's try this again. Smart move. Because buzz driving is drunk driving.
I see the future is really bright for me. The high school diploma is just added to the confidence, and now I feel unstoppable.
Find free adult education classes near you at finishyourdiploma.org.
There's a lot of fear in coming back to school. I'm a 40-year-old man that walked in there to get his high school diploma. It was very hard for me, but one of the teachers was Miss Araceli. She gave me direction. Every single time I had a question, she'll put down whatever she's doing and she'll sit there with you until you get it. 50% of getting your high school diploma is walking through those doors. The other 50% is doing the work.
Find free adult education classes near you at finishyourdiploma.org.
Staring contest! You still got it. I know.
Come alive with the forest. Visit discovertheforest.org to find a forest near you.
Bye-bye.
Hi. Hoping for a crisp breeze to help keep you alert. Oh, he took a sip of water too. That'll probably help. You were probably gonna turn down the radio too, so you could focus, right?
probably okay isn't okay.
Right.
If you see a warning sign, stop and call a cab, a car, or a friend.
I think the water line is what really drove it home. I blew on him.
There's a lot of fear in coming back to school. I'm a 40-year-old man that walked in there to get his high school diploma. It was very hard for me, but one of the teachers was Miss Araceli. She gave me direction. Every single time I had a question, she'll put down whatever she's doing and she'll sit there with you until you get it. 50% of getting your high school diploma is walking through those doors. The other 50% is doing the work.
Find adult education classes near you at finishyourdiploma.org.
A St. Bonaventure graduate and elementary school teacher is receiving a national honor. Chris Albrecht, a 4th grade teacher and a 1993 Bonaventure grad, will be inducted into the National Teachers Hall of Fame in Emporia, Kansas. Just last year, Albrecht was named the New York State Teacher of the Year. He's taught at Brokenport Central Schools for 21 years. Albrecht is just the 10th New York State teacher to receive the honor. He will receive a permanent display at the Hall of Fame. We want to send congratulations to Chris. Because of the importance of the fire safety, SBU Safety and Security are using funds towards being proactive to the potential fire dangers.
Fires can be devastating. With the fire just this week on campus, we are reminded of this. I spoke to Gary Segru about what Safety and Security plan on using a donation they received for in regards to upgrading of fire panels.
Replacing several panels, fire panels across campus. We have fire panels as old as 1964.
A sensor reports the heat back to a fire panel. With the fire panel alert Safety and Security, and Safety and Security can then tell from the fire panel where the heat is coming from. So if you left your popcorn burning in the kitchen, Safety and Security will be able to tell. Fire panels are in every building. They report back to the Office of Safety and Security, some through analog wires that go to a phone, and others through fiber optic cords that go into a computer and alert the staff at Safety and Security Office. The Safety and Security Office then informs the fire department of a potential fire. The fire panels that need updated are still functional, but if they were to become in a state of disrepair, a fire watch would be in effect.
And I would have to provide a security guard to be there 24/7 every day until that alarm is fixed.
The panel renovation process will mainly focus on the oldest panels in Gardens East and West, Hopkins Hall, Doyle Hall, Devereaux Hall, and Townhouses Phase 2. I'm Zachary Murphy with SBU-TV. New Now Next.
Safety and Security also plan to use the donation to add more security cameras and card scanners to the campus.
A makeover is in the future for Olean Center Mall. I talked with Mayor Bill Aiello to find out more. Olean Center Mall is looking to revamp and revitalize. Currently, there are only a handful of stores open in the mall, but Mayor Aiello says he is looking and working with the owner to bring in more vendors.
That are Amazon proof. The Chipotle's was mentioned, not saying that's coming, but like that, or like a Starbucks. Different things like that, things that'll generate traffic, but yet where people can't or not available online.
Currently, there's not a formal plan in place, but Mayor Aiello says that revitalizing the Olean Center Mall could bring in a lot of revenue for the city of Olean. Now, as you can see behind me, many of the stores are vacant and up for lease. Aiello says that he plans to bring in vendors that will not only appeal to Bonaventure students, but also the residents of Olean.
The organization comes in and they do axe throwing. But, so we talked a little bit, could this area support a venue like that?
Among other ideas listed were taking down the Bonton sign, creating new entrances, and even adding entertainment, housing, and education services. For SBU-TV, I'm Megan Burke. We'll follow the story as it begins to finalize their plans.
Up next, I spoke with a student from New Zealand about her reaction to the Christchurch shooting.
We also met with members of local mosque and found out how they will feel. We'll be right back after this.
There's a lot of fear in coming back to school. I'm a 40-year-old man that walked in there to get his high school diploma. It was very hard for me, but one of the teachers was Miss Araceli. She gave me direction. Every single time I had a question, she'll put down whatever she's doing and she'll sit there with you until you get it. 50% of getting your high school diploma is walking through those doors. The other 50% is doing the work.
Find free adult education classes near you at finishyourdiploma.org.
Staring contest! You still got it. I know.
Come alive with the forest. Visit discovertheforest.org to find a forest near you.
Bye-bye.
Hi. Hoping for a crisp breeze to help keep you alert. Oh, he took a sip of water too. That'll probably help. You were probably gonna turn down the radio too, so you could focus, right?
Probably okay isn't okay.
Right.
If you see a warning sign, stop and call a cab, a car, or a friend.
I think the water line is what really drove it home. I blew on him.
There's a lot of fear in coming back to school. I'm a 40-year-old man that walked in there to get his high school diploma. It was very hard for me, but one of the teachers was Miss Araceli. She gave me direction. Every single time I had a question, she'll put down whatever she's doing and she'll sit there with you until you get it. 50% of getting your high school diploma is walking through those doors. The other 50% is doing the work.
Find free adult education classes near you at finishyourdiploma.org.
Look at you. You're at the top of your game. You're unstoppable. Nothing can throw you off track. Wait, is that your car? Uh-oh. Yeah, I saw that coming. That will throw you off track. You're looking at around 10 grand in fines, legal fees, and increased insurance rates. Let's try this again. Smart move. Because buzz driving is drunk driving.
I see the future is really bright for me. The high school diploma is just added to the confidence, and now I feel unstoppable.
Find free adult education classes near you at finishyourdiploma.org.
Thanks for staying with us. This morning, New Zealand observed a 2-minute silence to pay respects to the victims of the mosque attack on last Friday. Prior to the moment of silence, Prime Minister Jacinda Ardern joined thousands of mourners near the Al-Noor Mosque, one of 2 places of worship targeted last Friday. One man led the Islamic prayer. On Tuesday, Ardern announced a ban on all types of semi-automatic weapons. On St. Bonaventure's campus, members of the local community gathered together in celebration of unity, love, and religious freedom last Tuesday.
This is not something that just affects people in New Zealand. It's not just something that affects people in Christchurch. It's not something that just affects Muslims. It affects all of us.
In wake of the New Zealand tragedy last Friday, the Muslim Student Association, MSA, held a prayer service in the McGinley Carney Center for Franciscan Ministry. Amina Arabadi, MSA's president, says as a Muslim at St. Bonaventure, she doesn't feel like a target for violence.
While there are always exceptions no matter where you go, I think that I am not ashamed of my identity.
Her brother Jordan says there's discrimination everywhere, especially for Muslims.
I haven't really experienced anything specifically here at school myself. With the turnout that we got here at this event today, it's even made me feel even better about being a Muslim on campus.
I'm here in front of the Islamic Center Mosque in Allegheny. I wanted to hear their response to the New Zealand tragedy. However, I knocked and I called twice, but I was not able to get in contact. I went back to Bonaventure and spoke with Father Calabria, the director of the Center for Arab and Islamic Studies.
As a Catholic, as a Franciscan friar, to me, this was an attack on my family.
For SBU-TV, I'm Roisin Coleman.
In an exclusive interview, I spoke with a New Zealand college student. Here's what my dear friend Rebecca Hughes said on things that were happening a week later after the deadly shooting. New Zealand's national icon, the Kiwi, in tears after tragedy struck last Friday. United and in mourning, New Zealand is peacefully trying to honor and remember the Kiwis we lost. Prime Minister Jacinda Ardern expresses in a few words how this day will be remembered.
This is one of New Zealand's darkest
days.
Hi, I'm here on St. Bonaventure's campus, and as we know, New Zealand experienced a tragedy last Friday that is all too familiar in this world today. Searching for answers and closures, loved ones are frantically trying to understand why a gunman opened fire in 2 mosques in Christchurch, New Zealand. I talked to Rebecca Hughes, a native student, and asked her what her thoughts were about this tragedy.
What happened here in New Zealand is insane. I'm still coming to terms with it. I think everyone is, because it's just like, how can this happen in our country? Like, the support that's come around like the whole country since the terrorist attacks on last Friday. Just from my experience at my school at university, there's been tributes all over the school. There's posters up everywhere you walk around. Posters saying like there's come to meetings or come to vigils against racism, against hate, against Islamophobia.
March 15, 2019 will be a day forever remembered. The investigation is ongoing, and new information on the gun ban is now available. Coming up, the Bona Wolf featured on The Tonight Show with Jimmy Fallon.
And how does a local yoga instructor change her practice for springtime? Stay tuned.
Bye-bye.
Hi. Hoping for a crisp breeze to help keep you alert. Oh, he took a sip of water too. That'll probably help. You were probably gonna turn down the radio too, so you could focus, right?
Probably okay isn't okay.
Right.
If you see a warning sign, stop and call a cab, a car, or a friend.
I think the water line is what really drove it home. I blew on him.
Staring contest. You still got it. I know.
Come alive with the forest. Visit discovertheforest.org to find a forest near you.
Because of you, I felt hopeless.
I know it was a joke, but it still hurt me.
Because of you, I felt wanted and not alone in this world.
Because you said hi to me on the first day of school, I felt included, and I knew that I was going to be okay.
Put the keys down, Kevin.
But I'm gonna drive home.
There are several warning signs present that you shouldn't be driving.
I guess I have really been looking for love in this dating app. Yep, I'm definitely gonna call a ride home.
I was 0.5 credits away from completing high school, and I didn't do it. My support team never stopped pushing for me to be better because they knew who I could become as a person. I've been given an opportunity, and I'm just thankful for it.
Find free adult education classes near you at finishyourdiploma.org.
Sometimes the things we do or say can make others feel hurt, excluded, or isolated. Everything you say and do creates an impact.
How am I supposed to save the whole world?
You can't think about saving the world. You have to think about saving one person.
Because of you, someone's entire life can change. You don't have to be a superhero to have a positive impact.
Friends?
Friends.
Welcome back. The weather's getting warmer and gives more people an opportunity to get out and get active. Aaron Lanahan spoke with yoga inspectors about yoga practices during spring.
Lisa Johan plays the harmonium to prepare for her yoga practice at Lavender Lotus Yoga Studio.
And I use it to start my class. We start with a song.
After being certified in 2013, Lisa opened her studio to teach others in 2016. The change in seasons means a change in practice for Lisa and her classes.
So I like to do some energizing flows like sun salutations, anything that's going to create a lot of heat in the body. And then I like to balance that out with a yin practice, which is a more calming and cooling practice where you hold poses for longer.
Yoga isn't just exercise to everyone. For over 10 years, student Emily Coughlin practiced with her mother.
Things that me and my mom do together involve yoga, and like a lot of things in my house are kind of like all revolved around yoga. It's kind of like a spiritual thing for me. Stand at the top of your mat, Roll your shoulders back, arms by your side.
She led me through a quick practice at the
breathe
Richter
in,
Center.
arms over your
It
head.
focused on breathing right and improving your circulation.
According to Healthline.com, some of the benefits of yoga include increasing your flexibility, improving your heart health, and fighting stress.
Lisa told me the best way to start practice is to speak with a yoga instructor about your skill level.
There's a lot of different benefits and things that you can learn about from your yoga instructor before you get into the particular class that you're going to try.
Erin Lanahan, SBU-TV, New Now Next.
Fun fact, yogis say namaste at the end of their practice to express gratitude and honor with the world around us.
Jimmy Fallon completed last weekend against the mascots of different schools in the A10 tournament. It's safe to say that our very own Bona Wolf made quite the appearance.
Jimmy Fallon hosted the first ever college night slam dunk contest. The Bona Wolf scored a perfect 10 with this dunk.
We had the blur on his head.
A mascot can never be seen without his head on.
I followed the Bona Wolf to basketball practice and asked him how he felt about his dunk. We then asked students about their reaction when they saw the video.
I just liked how everyone protected his identity. It was crazy. I couldn't believe that your head had came off, and I was just like, oh my God, like.
I just felt like it was classic Bonnies, making a scene, going a little bit harder than everybody else.
I feel bad for Bona Wolf. Nice job.
Reporting for SBU-TV, I'm Maya Capolino.
In 1998, a committee was formed to derive a new mascot. That's when the Bona Wolf was created.
Thanks for joining us today. Remember to follow us on our social media pages for more information on all things SBU-TV.
We'll see you back here next week, Friday at 10 a.m. for SBU-TV. I'm Megan Burke.
And I'm Amanda Oliver. Have a great weekend.